like what, 14 to 16 minutes, you best believe BTR is going to outskill Nova.
Enemy minions will arrive in
I think that will be very interesting. And they do have a lot of options in terms of just kind of giving themselves a bit of an edge. The pay is always there. ZonQ, you could never count him out. Plus, he's pretty much just a damage dealer in and of itself. He's just like another farm laner at the end of the day because he's going to be able to kind of carry when required. So Lanfeng and ZonQ, a lot of eyes on them. Everybody else is there to kind of just help support and control and create the stuns and that space for Nova to make it tough for them.
And a very smart game plan coming in from Nova Esports, avoiding the laning phase against Lanfeng, utilizing the fast wave clear on Muchi, lane swapping his Wendy, because the Celestial level 1 doesn't really have that much of a wave clear compared to an Arlie. Hence, you move the Arlie to guarantee that mid lane push for Kong Ling, securing the ease of jungling.
Yeah, look at how Muchi is kind of, just babysitting Kong Lin, helping out, expediting that farm as much as possible. So Nova Esports right now ensuring that Kong Lin gets a good game, creates that space, and as well as getting all that farm.
Yep, very smooth and sailing stuff here coming in from Nova Esports, playing to their composition's reach, I would say. And Ball being chunked out in the clash lane by both Whippet and also Sean. Not going to be an easy laning phase coming in from the BTR rookies here. Calling already finishing up all his camps here, coming in not level 4 yet, but will be level 4 after this phase break.
Yeah, and it looks like Nova Esports doing a great job. The rotations are on point in terms of the timing, so that they're getting all the sprites, pushing people away. They have the numbers advantage, and they've rotated. They didn't lose anything in the mid lane. Bucci is already there. He'll happily eat this one up and wait for it for Kong Lin. Perfectly played. These are the minor things where you just get maximum value.
It's like really systematic, right? Everything is planned, everything is calculated from their movement. But a very good answer of the side of BTR to force Shen to back away from a potential Razor cavalry. So at the very least in this early game, it's pretty equal coming in from both sides, looking for those handshake exchanges.
Yeah, and just trying to get those small little edges, right? Even in the small exchange that you're talking about, just trying to just kind of go in. Look at how Konglin, like always there with that farm. Yes, he's a little bit behind ZonQ, but ZonQ's just like an amazing farmer. And it looks like ZonQ taking a lot of damage here. Needs to be a bit careful. The Azure Golem is the big piece. And now with that Umbrella Outburst, he just hit level 4. So Waypit is now, he's only level 3. ZonQ is running the wrong way, but he's just kind of looked to use his mobility. But the creation is going to be there, and he gives up first blood. Wendy will take that. They do get Schwan in return, though.
But this is the disadvantage of fighting in towards the enemy jungle. The Guardian Spray gives you a 15% damage reduction, which that Unbridled Outburst coming in from F1 was actually already really beautiful and really spot on. But due to the fact that there's a debuff, it makes you so weak fighting an enemy jungle.
Yeah, it's very risky, and I mean, this is something that you have to play around. Konglin looking for that steal, did not actually get it, excuse me. ZonQ takes it himself. That was very close though.
Oh, he still gets that Spike Tail Beast as well. Everything is going in favor for the side of ZonQ in the jungle exchange here. But 1-1 in terms of scoreline, goal lead is almost dead even between these two squads.
Very close. The annihilation from Wendy just with that wave clear. And this is going to set things up. 30 more seconds for the 4-minute mark before we're at that Tyrant. So Bigetron right now doing a great job. ZonQ is on pace with Kong Lin though, but Nova have kind of funneled everything. They've used a lot of their resources of just players ensuring that Kong Lin is able to keep pace.
It's what you need to do. These two temple junglers need whatever they need to actually get it. But Xuan, caught in a bad place here, has to escape towards the enemy jungle. Has to pop the ultimate here. Can he run? I'm pretty sure he can run.
Yeah, he's fine. If anything, he's going the roundabout. He's providing a lot of vision to see exactly what those minion camps have been taken. Teleport in the bottom lane. This is going to be the big fight with the Tyrant. But Schwan is already in position with that heroic charge. And it looks like ZonQ leaps on forward, tries to go in. F1 looking for that perfect angle. More than anything else, he's zoning them away.
A clean pickup coming in for the side of BTR by Vitality here, knowing for the fact that in the early game, they are way stronger and they have the Unbridled Outburst coming in from the side of F1, forcing the positioning coming in from Nova to just give up the Tyrant.
Yeah, and this is why it's hard for Nova Esports, right? Yeah, they go for the potential steal, but F1 is waiting. He has that all queued up, ready to go, and there's a reason why this is, of course, their first pick. They understand the power of this Zhang Fei, the Beast.
And an interesting itemization as well coming in from Bao. That's a Frostguard and Brace Magin that's being locked in as the first item. So you are foregoing the potential of the burst for more sustained damage to make sure that you can actually get the full burst in.
Yeah,
Blue team
actually,
has
sustained damage I think is going to be key for here. But Nova Esports using that top lane, pushing ZonQ away, and that creation block, just kind of zoning. And now ZonQ was thinking about going aggressive. They're looking to turn. Nova's on a full-out retreat.
It's good. They managed to defend the tower. It's a positive trade that's in favor for the side of BTR, but check out the fight that's happening right now.
They find it, nice little two-man stun, but it zones it away, and it looks like ZonQ actually gets the steal. Really well played by Bigetron. The F1 really set it up.
So clean. It's just to deny the entry, and look at Ball here, might be caught out.
Oh, the flash away. He's so fast. Wow. He cartwheels to safety. This Mayin is a problem. The mobility is real, and Nova not really with a whole lot of catch. And again, the spider senses from Ball just being able to get out. Perfect timing.
They're expending so much resources, spell CDs from the side of Nova Esports, and back to the topic of F1, he played that so well. He used the Unbridled Outburst, pushes out all the potential spike potential from the side of Kong lane. When you are knocked up or pushed away, you can't smite. That's how ZonQ got a guaranteed one on top of Kong lane.
Yeah, it's the small things, right? Being all of these guys just understanding their assignments, when to do things. The timing is on, perfect point. Nova Esports are looking to kind of, they were looking to just kind of defend, but they were pushed away. Just really well played by Bigetron. They are matching the level of play of Nova Esports right now.
The way they play the half map is so beautiful. You can see both teams just trading and respecting for the fact that, okay, the enemy is controlling the mid and top side. I'm controlling the mid and bot side, so we forego it and we trade turrets here. This is very clean stuff from both teams to always make sure that there is turrets trading on towards the cross map, and if Nova goes for this, we might see ZonQ and also Lanfeng go for the top side.
Yeah, very smart, right? Nobody was there to kind of, the top T1, Nova was willing to give up because Kong Lin was already in the bottom, just put pressure on. So this is the way you want to go. You don't have to fight all the time. And it's all about understanding where space is given to you. And Nova Esports are a great team in terms of being able to take up space when they required.
Both teams playing really masterful HOK in terms of the macro. Both the teams, I would say, the way they control the map is very similar. They don't take fights that are not guaranteed, but they take resources based on the half map that they're playing. That's why mid top side was controlled by BTR, mid bot side was controlled by Nova. Hence the tier 2s going down on each end.
Yeah, and the outside lanes, they're going to trade blow for blow in that sense in terms of those T2s, but the mid lane is going to be the key, right? Once one of these squads win out in a team fight, they're going to be looking to just push that down. But right now, they have both of those strategic T1s mid still standing, and it will extend the game.
Ball here, cartwheels towards safety here, runs away from Xuan. Beautiful stuff here coming in from the BTR Clash lane. Currently at 8 minutes of the game, 1,000 gold each on Bright Outburst.
Oh, nice Kong Lin. The stuns are real stampede. They have a lot. Kong Lin is actually looking to fight this one, but now he's turning this around, understanding that he's in a precarious situation. They find Xuan. They get the pick off. Lanfeng went in, and he gets on his dragon, and he gets back to safety. Bigetron hitting on all cylinders. They've got 2 members down, and now they want to look to go for this mid T1. But they find ZonQ instead. They actually get the bitter farewell. They do get the revenge. Muchi with that damage has enough. They get that pick. The flash away. It looks like Nova Esports are going to be happy with just ZonQ.
Call me a glazer, but both teams are playing to a superb level, trading blows left and right. First one, we see how the side of BTR kited Kong Lin, and Kong Lin managed to kite towards safety thanks to the Pure Sky and the heal coming in from Wave Pit and also the Swift Strike's ultimate. Next play, Xuan gets taken out, and ZonQ and team wants to go for that mid-tier 1. Hence, that's why you see the pressure coming in. But Muchi clicks on towards his spells, gets that assassination onto ZonQ, meaning it's a 1-for-1 trade with no structural damage in that mid lane.
Yeah, this is one thing that we've seen from ZonQ, though, is that sometimes he gets a little out of position. It's just relying a little bit too much on his mobility. And Nova Esports have some answers. I mean, Muchi is kind of mobile in and of itself. Wave Pit is kind of annoying with those bitter farewells and that control, which kind of locks you down. So ZonQ needs to play a little bit safer, ensuring that he stays alive more than anything else. You can't give up any kills.
That was a big annihilation as well on towards the face of Genmyth. But timer is still available. 15 seconds until the shadow objective spawn for both teams. We see Nova Esports taking the aggressive end on towards the top side, potentially looking for the trade on the Shadow Overlord.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to fortify the area first. Bigetron right now understanding that, hey, F1, he just needs to stand out in front. Somebody wants to go, he's going to push them all back. But now they're going to look to go for the Tyrant. It's already at half-life. F1 getting a little bit low himself, needs to be careful. Kong Ling eating some damage in terms of that, but they get the Tyrant. Zanq is going to pick that one up. And now the heroic charge by Xuan. The Stampede is going to be on point. They find Kong Ling as well as the Tyrant in a great turn of events for Bigetron.
The advantage of the draft coming in by BTR, much more solid, much more crowd control, has a proper front line. You saw how difficult it was for Kong Ling to actually approach to that Shadow Tyrant pit. It was just easy stuff for Zanq to hit that smite, and then it allowed for the side of BTR to take that fight with the added advantage of the Shadow Tyrant. With the goal lead of 2,000 and the Shadow objective, this looks pretty promising for BTR.
It looks definitely promising. I mean, they're playing the draft exactly how you want. You have Ball, you have Gen Myth there to kind of control people if somebody jump in. You had F1, you know, as that forward scout if anyone were to jump in. And Kong Lin, again, to your point, he was not able to get in closer because they had these big bouncers up front. The security was not letting him even enter, allowing him to enter the building.
Now we have to put our focus on towards another end, right? How does scaling work for both of these teams? If we were to really observe, I think it really slightly favors BTR. The only good part of Nova's late game is Wendy on this Nuwa. If he can just max out these items, 16 minutes into his game, Wendy will be the primary carry of Nova.
Yeah, well, definitely, right? And also you have Kong Lin and Muchi, and that's 3 damage dealers, which I think is going to be enough to deal with Bigetron. I mean, going into the late game, I kind of look at things of the rest of it. I mean, Gen Myth and Ball obviously can do damage, but they're going to be able to get bursted. They need to be careful in terms of their positioning. So they, you know, those late game team fights could potentially get bursted. And now Kong Lin on the run. He's going to get gone on. He gets focused down, and Gen Myth with that damage, they have enough. And now Xuan on the run. The rest of Nova just trying to stay alive, just hiding under that T3. But Bigetron, again, with a nice pick off. They're going to take the Overlord as well as the Crimson at the same time.
This is the pressure of the draft. You don't have front line, you can't face check. You need Kong Ling to push himself to look for the objectives, to check the bushes here. The moment he clicks in, gets CC chained by Lampong and Gen Myth, gets pounced on by Zanq, unable to escape even if he can cartwheel twice. The pressure is starting to succumb Nova Esports in this game 1. 12 minutes on the clock, look at engage on towards Wendy.
Oh, Wendy actually already flashed. He's getting a little bit low, but he's already used the Gen Myth with the passive, dodging the Annihilation, but he does get picked off in the end. Just too aggressive, out of position, not where you want to be, especially if you're the Xiao at this stage.
Breathing room secured for Nova. Not having Gen Myth for the next 25 seconds allows Nova to clear up this pesky Overlord and Vanguards marching through all 3 lanes. The next big fight that we need to pay attention will be this Shadow Tyrant. This will be a make or break for both of these teams. Check out the itemization here. Zanq beating the gold leader here, almost working to his final item, potentially the Siege Breaker for that last.
Yeah, we were talking about the junglers, about like we need to watch them, like Zanq, he's 0-2 and 4, Kong Lin is 0-3. I mean, they've just been focused, right? They've not been able to kind of pop off. Yes, they are still providing a lot of value to their team, but it just seems like both of these squads understanding what the junglers are bringing, and that's why they're constantly being focused and just having a rougher game than they normally would.
And Xuan is being silenced this entire game. Not a single good Razor Cavalry, but you have to imagine, it's because Baal can actively cancel out this 1v1 against the War Saint, and also Lampong has built-in protection against the Guan Yu here. So it's a very difficult game for Xuan's Guan Yu to actually find for these big backline picks.
Can we talk about Ball more? Because I think that this is the guy that is just completely impressed at the KIS. I mean, yes, it's only day 3, but man, they've played so well. The 3rd day in a row of just absolute highlight reel plays. Ball has stepped up more to the task than ever expected. He's just done so well, and why Bigetron are doing what they're doing and fighting Nova Esports to the T. They're actually winning at this stage.
A 3,000 goal lead in favor, and Ball has a really smart build on towards the Mayin. He's not going for the traditional Axe of Torment into the full burst build. He's going for the tank build. You see the Frigid Charge, you see the Succubus Cloak, you see the Frostfire Embrace. He makes it so that his Mayin, the sole purpose is to zone off and CC lock some of these hyper mobility like Muchi, like Xuan.
Yeah. And Juan has not been able to get away, right? The pullback, just constantly just slowing him down. He's been struggling, right? And this is like the perfect counter pick. And Ball has played this one phenomenally. He has not been tunnel vision with other heroes. He understands, again, his assignment of what he needs to do. And Xuan, Konglin, these are guys that he's been constantly focused on.
It's not gonna be easy, right? If we do see BTR, this is the prime time for them to at least put some structural damage. Ball goes in, gets the kick on, but has to burn the flash. Doesn't find on towards anybody as of this point.
Yeah, I mean, just more of a zoning more than anything else. But the bottom T3, this is the target that they were wanting. And Bigetron taking that. And Nova Esports, all they could do is watch. No real way to get any sort of initiation off.
Oh, you see, Zankyu just toying with his prey. Baiting Muji to use the Parasol to actually go in for the catch, but he has the animal ability to actually escape towards safety here. And with the Shadow Overlord spawn, we see more members being committed towards this Overlord pit here. A fight is about to break out.
Yeah, they're about to, I mean, they pushed them away. Nova Esports were like, okay, maybe we go for the steal, but even that is not even possible. The lanes have been pushing, they've been zoned away, but this is exactly how you want to win out games. But you have an advantage. You have heroes that are in the perfect spot to provide that vision. If somebody were to jump in, it's a suicide mission. Bigetron playing this one perfectly.
Now they have to find the winning formula. Okay, you have the Overlord, you have the 4,000 goalie. How do you convert this into a confirmed win? The crystal explosion of your enemy team. You need to play this systematically. We've seen Nova come back from situations like this, but can they hold on? Because BTR, very good performance thus far.
They've been playing very patiently, right? They're very diligent with how they push. Nobody's getting out of position. The way that they're slow sieging, this has got to be frustrating. There are no gaps for Nova Esports to kind of go back into this one. They need Bigetron to make some mistakes so that they can come back.
It is, and with the minions coming in towards this tower right now, we see the top high ground being pressured here. One click of an Unbridled Outburst might put Nova Esports into despair, giving up the top tier 3, the final one in the mid lane.
Yeah, and not even using the Unbridled Outburst. It's more of a threat more than anything else. Lanfeng getting a little bit low himself, but this is perfect. The way that they siege that, I mean, he didn't even need to use it, F1 that is, in terms of using that Unbridled Outburst, but the potential for that stun is there, so Nova had to play scared.
They cannot gamble on the fact that, okay, does F1 hit or miss? If he hits, the game is over. So they have to voluntarily give away resources like this. And this Shadow Tyrant, it's not looking good as well. It's going freely to the hands of BTR, and Wendy cannot find the snipe.
Yeah, couldn't find it. He wanted to go for the emergence to annihilation, but he needed to get a little bit of vision on it. Unfortunately, was not able to click his spells fast enough to do it because it was just too much damage from Bigetron. But man, the way that they're playing, I mean, Zankyu, he's 14.8. He doesn't have a single kill, but the way he's been able to farm, and now Xuan in a bad spot getting gone on here, like they have so much pressure and damage that Nova have to respect it.
And Nova respects it. They give away the mid-control Unbridled Outburst.
They find it. The Stampede is on point as well. They're going to dive the Crystal. They don't care. They understand. They have a huge advantage. But Lanfeng is going to be picked off. They find Wendy. Not the greatest of trades in that sense, but they get all the towers and the F1 now looking to turn. Muchi went out, and now they look to go inside. Q turning it up, getting all the kills, making a triple kill as they take game number 1.
IKL fans definitely will be going crazy after this, because what do you mean BTR drew first blood in the series against Nova Esports in such a disciplined and well-played manner? Such a good display from the BTR troopers.
And the way that they've been playing, Bigetron time and time again, they obviously it's Zankyu and Lanfeng.